Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Calculated Risk. Today with me is Logan, my co-host.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about our educational experiences from high school to college to the little elementary era. And so before that starts though, we do have to say last week we pulled from our little jar here.
Minion cup.
Yeah, and we pulled Ghost Pepper Challenge.
Yeah.
So I bought ghost peppers for that challenge, but my parents bribed me not to eat them. I don't know why. It's not like I haven't had ghost pepper sauce before.
Yeah, it's not like it can kill you or something.
Yeah, so anyway, I have a free game now because I didn't do it, so I'm not complaining. We are going to change it. We're going to take shots of lemon and lime juice, like extract. We're just going to mix them together.
Sour.
Yeah,
sour spiciness.
See who can take the most. That'll be our goal.
Oh man.
Or our challenge for today.
You can already kind of taste it. You know how you've tasted something before and then someone says it because it's like a really strong flavor and then you can kind of taste it again.
Yeah. We're going to be doing that at the end of this episode.
Stay tuned.
We'll also be pulling after that for our next challenge for next time. But anyway, let's get into the topic for today. First of all, we're in college right now. We are in the college experience. So part of this is going to be present day. So how has your week been? What's stuck out to you this week that happened?
Kind of shitty, man. Not like the classes are like too shitty. I mean, like I think I explained this in the last episode that I switched majors, but I'm still in my old major classes, which I don't enjoy as much. So I'm trying to get through those. It's getting to the point where all of my classes are having the tests right before the finals. It's like you have
That's
like your
fucked though.
You have like your tests, and then you have like a few weeks to learn like a few more things, and then you have the finals. I think in one of my classes we're doing a reverse engineering thing where basically we have to bring in some item and we have to take it apart and then like put it back together and explain like what could make it better. I think from now on till the end of the semester we don't really have like classes that we need to go to. We just kind of work on our final project till it's done.
So that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's like a lab.
Yeah, just kind of preparing for that. Usually November, December-ish is a pretty intense time for school and college, but it doesn't have to be. if you do it right, if you get all your shit done and you study, then it won't be as bad as most people make it out to be.
Yeah, I've never had that problem. I mean, even in high school, like every year, people be like, "Oh, this year is harder than this year. Our junior year is really the hard one. Like it's gonna be, it's gonna be ass." And then like you get there, or at least I got there. I was like, "Oh fuck, are they talking about? Like, this is no different. Nothing really changes." So, I think it really depends what you take though, because like I don't know why people take AP Chem because pointless. If you're taking usually people take it because they're gonna do a science like bachelor in college, but if you take a science bachelor, they usually tell you to retake Chem because they're like, "Oh yeah, you took AP Chem, you passed the test and stuff, but like we don't accept that,
or something."
Well, they're like, "We don't accept that credit. You just have to take it again." So it's like,
why'd you take it in the first place?
and people fucking literally slave away in that class for no good reason. I'm over here just like, yeah, I took regular Chem and like I didn't study. I was just in that class, and our teacher in that class, you remember her, right? That motherfucker, like halfway through the first quarter's like, "I'm done teaching." Like there's a PowerPoint on the Google Classroom. Go look at it. And then she just sat in her chair and obviously
played a movie or something.
No, not even. She just sat in her chair. And obviously, as high schoolers, no one fucking cares about the PowerPoint.
No.
You know, I was at least smart enough to fucking look at the PowerPoint because it was for 3 chapters in a row. She did the solids, liquid, and gases, and like for three 3 or more weeks straight, we didn't do shit. Because like she just gave us the PowerPoint for the week, and then like in class, we were just supposed to look at it. And so I looked over it like in 20 minutes, and then I was on my phone doing shit. And that was everyone. Or they just didn't look at the PowerPoint. So
and then you get to the test. Most people are fucked because they
hey,
didn't
man,
look at it.
I rocked that test. I just showed up. I go, I don't know what the fuck this is. Let's put some bubbles in. Like, some of it's self-explanatory. When she started pulling out the calculation shit, if anyone's done chemistry, you know you got to find the mass of certain elements, and you have to pull from their atomic number and shit.
Avogadro's number,
yeah,
like
the Avogadro's number stuff,
like the set constant of the mass or whatever.
I fucking hate those because like she didn't ever explain to us why we use certain parts. So you'd have to guess, like, am I multiplying or dividing this time? Do I use Avogadro's number, or do I use some other fucking thing that I don't know? Because I don't know what I'm doing. She just gave us the like calculations, just like, go to town. Here you go.
Figure it out.
Yeah. At least Condis in physics was like, he was on point. He's a good man. He may not understand how to explain all the time, but when he does start explaining it to you, you got it instantly.
Oh yeah.
Because he just puts it perfectly. You know, he did say once, like, the formula should just speak to you. That was some bullshit. But
don't say that as a teacher.
Yeah, he ended up explaining it. It was all good.
So how about your past week in college? How's that been for you?
Good. I don't really do anything. I go to one class a week, 4 times a week, but it's one class at 2:00 every day. So I wake up, I contemplate what I'm doing with my life, and then I go and edit videos until 2, and then I go to class, and then like my day's pretty much over. So it's like kind of nice, but you're also kind of like, why am I in college? Like I'm basically wasting away here. I make $1 on YouTube a day, maybe, and I'm also spending so much money on school, and I don't go to it.
Right.
But it's because 3 of my classes are online asynchronous, so I do the homework for it. But that's all you got to do. Like, you're just getting graded. You don't go to class and like, okay, they do have presentations. They do have things you should watch, but I don't watch them just because I don't care. It's the gen ed. It doesn't have anything to do. I'm in an anthropology class as a fucking art school major. Like,
it doesn't really line up.
What am I doing? Like, and that person takes it so seriously. It's a gen ed. Everyone in there is not an anthropology major. I can tell you that. And I'm like, holy shit, this man is like wanting us to read like 8 different documents a day. I pull out the classic college rule. You read the first paragraph, you get a general idea what they're trying to say, and then you write your paper. You don't read the 30 other fucking pages, because why would I waste my time doing that?
Yeah, it just goes into more detail about the general point.
Like, I'm just like, dude, I don't care that this dude has a theory about humans and like they're like this thing fucking, our whole goddamn unit's surrounded around this third place idea, which is like, first place is your home, second place is work, third place is where you go to spend your free time and socialize with people. And people are bitching and bickering about it in the anthropology community, apparently, because that's what we have to read about. They're like, oh, Starbucks is in a third place. This is in a third place. This is a third place. And they're all just arguing about it. I'm like, dude, I don't fucking care. Like, what's this going to have like an impact on my life? No, it's just like a bunch of people bickering about something they think is like a super smart idea. Great if it's a third place. Great if it's not a third place. I don't really care.
Wait, couldn't the third place be anything, because it changes person to person?
Yeah.
So why are they arguing?
Because to them it doesn't have the necessities to be a third place.
Why is there necessities? I thought it.
I don't know. It's just like, it's so dumb, because like they're arguing like a library is not a third place, or a cafe isn't because people work there or study there. Like, that's part of their second place. So they're really bringing it into their second. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Then there's no places. Then.
Yeah, it's such a dumbass philosophy, or not philosophy, or a theory. Because like, why are they trying to argue this so much? It's just not important to like anything. Anthropology is supposed to study human civilization, and they're bickering about something so basic as like a third place. And so I don't know why my class is focusing on that. It's a very odd thing to make the center focus of. We're supposed to be studying like culture right now.
Ooh, fun.
We're not we're not doing that.
Not studying culture.
No, I had to read it. I had to read an article about Starbucks and like
Nice.
it being a third place and it not being a third place. So
What was the conclusion?
there is no conclusion. That's anthropology in a
Oh,
nutshell.
why
It's
the
just
hell
like,
would you read it?
it's
then?
like watching game theory, but not as cool and fun. That's how I describe it. Other than that, we had a great Friday.
Oh yeah, we did.
We may or may not have accidentally went into a building we were not supposed to be in at the time.
Yeah, we were just with some friends, just kind of walking around campus, and one of the buildings, the lecture halls, just open.
Yeah. Is that my fault? I was just trying to study. That's gonna be my It's gonna be my vouch.
I was studying on the way there.
Yeah. He was trying to get a piece of paper.
Yeah. Trying to study abroad.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was quite the adventure. But
I enjoyed that.
I remember there was one time in way back in like first grade or something like that, when we were just wee lads. One day on the bus, for some reason, okay, we had this game where we'd like pants each other. For some reason, like weird little kid things. He took it a little step further. we were on the bus and he like full on pants and underwear just pantsed me hard as fuck. Like the person across the aisle saw the full moon out and he ended up telling the bus driver. But you want to know what's fucked about this situation?
What?
Is that he didn't get in trouble.
Just you?
I got in trouble for it. I didn't even do anything.
Hey,
he pantsed me.
That's classic Justice Department in the schools.
Exactly.
They always do that.
They were like, oh, like, you got pantsed? Yeah, that's your bad.
Yeah, that's on you, man. You're
that's
done
on
for
you.
it.
So yeah, I got in trouble for it. To the guy who pantsed me, if you're out there, I hope you're doing well, but also fuck you. That's all I have to say about that.
The bus when you're a kid is like the Wild West. The only adult there is a fucking bus driver who is not paid enough to actually give a shit. You know?
And they're too busy driving.
Sometimes they do care. Sometimes you could fucking shit on the bus and they just be like, whatever. It's not their fucking problem. It's someone else's. To counteract this, the adults in the education community decided to put cameras on the buses. Problem was, these cameras look fucking ancient. Like, I wasn't even sure if they worked as a kid.
No, yeah.
Yeah, they just look old as fuck, and apparently they run on VHS tapes. Like, it records to a VHS tape.
Oh,
like this.
damn.
I learned that because someone got caught once, and they had to pull out the records of these fucking tapes, like that are
going through the archives.
Yeah, whatever. And so I also learned that these fuckers don't have audio on them. Sometimes, depending on how old they are.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, everything on the bus, stays on the bus.
Yeah.
If you're a snitch, you get stitches. But as a kid, sometimes I would yell out the window with my friend who had a very prominent haircut, a mohawk. Really hard to, like, he's unique. You would know it's him. And maybe not the best haircut to commit crimes or something with.
You see the hair and you're like, oh, yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah. Me and my Mohawk friend would yell like a lot of curse words out the window. This is like when you're a kindergartner in first grade. Be like, hey, you, fuck you, asshole. And like shit, we'd just be screaming at like
just harassing
just random moms,
people.
like assholes. It was such like a goober move. We were such dicks for it. But we were doing that. And apparently one of my friends also said we were also mooning people out the window. Because he said, yeah, there's some kid on the bus with a mohawk and a chubby kid. That was me. we're fucking mooning people out the window. And I go, damn, I don't even remember that. I was like, I know. I kind of think I would do it, but I don't remember actually going through with it. So anyway, one day we got caught because there was one mom that knew my mom, and she's like, yeah, there's some kid with a mohawk and a chubby kid. They like yelled, fuck you, assholes, out the window to me. And then my mom found out, and she knew because she knew who the mohawk person was, and she knew like Chubby Q was probably me. Oh, I got so much trouble for that.
Soap in the mouth.
Yeah. Oh, I did. They put hand soap in my mouth.
Oh.
My mom put hand soap. That was the worst.
Damn.
Because in like a bar of soap where it sits there and you pull out, you spray some hand soap. You're like choking like Dumbledore. You're like, no more, no more.
Oh, kill me,
Kill me, Harry. That's how I fucking felt. Cause
like
she
you
fucking
put out your tongue and just.
No, she fucking put the nozzle in, fucking NG 2 squirts, and then it's On the buses, the Wild West, but another place where it's the Wild West is the playground.
Oh yeah,
because again, underpaid workers who just have to sit there. And so as a kid, I'd get into several fights. Some were my volition, some were not. The first day of kindergarten, I remember this big dude that was a first grader and some other fucking chubby little big guy came up to me and were like trying to beat me up. They're like giving me nuggies and shit and like pushing me around. As a kindergartner, you got some built up rage.
You're
like
full of rage.
Yeah, you could like go primal in a second. Yeah. So I remember I had enough. Like it was like several minutes of this shit, and I was getting pushed around. I was like, "That's fucking it." And I remember I let out this like blood curdling screech of war. It was like, "Ah!" And then I just fucking started wailing on them, and I got one of them to the ground. I was just fucking knocking them out, and so probably didn't punch them that hard. Thank God I was a kindergartner at the time. I couldn't kill anyone yet. They got a little scared after that, and they crossed this line that we had at our school. It was for first graders. It was like where they put their backpacks before school, and the kindergartners aren't allowed to cross this line. It's just a rule.
Yeah,
it's a rule of the playground. Rule decided by the one lady that also doesn't get paid enough.
Yeah.
And this bitch didn't fucking care that
the line monitor.
That 2 first graders were beating up a little kindergartner, and then the kindergartner started wailing on one of them. She didn't care about that. But no, the moment I tried to step over the line, whistle blown. Hey, you can't go over that line. And then the little first graders were laughing, and not a fan of that. I fucking looked in the eye. I'm like, next time I fucking see you, like, you're going down.
Your knuckles are all busted up. You got like blood all over you and shit. Like just like death in your eyes. Just like, hey, you kid with the blood on your shirt, get back over.
I mean, as a kid, the most you could do with a punch is like lightly bruise someone. So that's probably as much as I did. That was the start of my elementary school fight club.
Fight arc.
Yeah. Because then after that, I'd see like Indiana Jones or something. The Raiders of the Lost Ark, and there's that scene where he's fighting that big dude around the plane,
the bald guy.
Yeah, I wanted to reenact that. I wanted to do that. And so there's this kid, and I was like, you and I, we're gonna fight right now. And then I fucking tackled him, and I was wailing on him. And then the lady comes over, and she doesn't really care that much. She's like, hey, you too, knock it off. Like, I didn't get in trouble that time, thank God.
Hey, stop it, I'm gonna lose my job.
Yeah, you guys can't do that. And so after that one, I knew that I had to do this in secret. I had to do this somewhere where the lunch lady would not look. And so
in the alleyways, dark alleyways.
Pretty much. There's this area on the playground. There's the playground area, then there's this giant field where you can run around.
Yeah.
But in the corner of the giant field, there's a giant tree. And it has a lot of like blockage. Because the lunch lady, the lunch lady just sits over by the playground shit. She doesn't move. She doesn't get paid to move. She just gets paid to sit there. So I started backyard fight club back there, and we'd fight each other. And most of the time it was just like roughhousing, so it wasn't like serious. But every once in a while, someone would come in that was an asshole, and like.
You came to play.
Yeah, like most of the time that was in the public areas because like they wouldn't come back to the fight club. You got to know the people in the fight club to come back to the fight club.
Yeah.
But sometimes they'd show up like some fucker and be like, "Oh, you stupid assholes and shit," and then you'd be like, "Get out of here! You're not part of this club and stuff." And then you start punching and stuff.
Start punching them.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time you wouldn't get caught. There was one time though we were throwing sticks at each other. Like spears, we were like javelin throwing, like Trojans did. And the lady did see that because she saw some sticks flying, and then we got red cards because there's a card system in our school.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we got in trouble for that one. The last fight story I'll tell is just that I remember in first grade, I was playing on the playground. I was going down the slide. I was just minding my own business.
Mm-hmm.
This one kid comes up to me and grabs my dong. Full hand. Like, grabs the whole thing.
Grabs it and, like, holds on,
he gripped it.
Like...
He gripped it. And I was like, no fucking way, buddy. I went, bam! Like, I punched him real fucking hard. Because I was like, knock it off, boy. And just, bam.
Boy.
Because I was not going to let that fucker grab my dick and get away with it. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Absolutely pissed. And so
I would be too.
Yeah.
That's pretty extreme.
I socked him real good, and he started crying and went and tattled on me for punching him after grabbing my dick. I go to the office then, obviously, because I have been called to the office because I socked another child without permission.
Understandable on their part.
Understandable. And I was like, I was defending myself. The man grabbed my dog. Like, he grabbed my wiener. He grabbed it. All of it. Yeah. And they're like,
felt weird.
And this is the worst part. They're like, oh, well, he's got some autism. Like, it wasn't bad autism. So let's say that. He just had some Asperger's, and they're really mild.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't give you the right to grab someone's dong. I'll tell you that much. It's not like he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
I knew he knew what he was doing. I don't know why the principal's trying to use it as an excuse. Like, oh, I grabbed your dong, but he's got Asperger's. Like, it's fine. And I go, no, it's not fine. And like, why the fuck am I in trouble for socking him after he grabs my dong then? I'm a troubled child. I can punch people then, like, right? Like, that kid got to go play Roblox while this was all happening. Like, we were in the office together. He's playing Roblox in the fucking corner.
He's having a grand old time.
Yeah, he's having a grand old time over there. And
just grabbed your dick
because he's got Asperger's. Yeah, now he's grabbed another man's dong. And he was like, yeah, and then now he's playing Roblox, and I'm like, what, why am I here? Like, I'm in trouble. I'm the one getting detention, like lunch detentions right now. And they call my parents, like, let them know I socked a kid in the face. And like, parents like, why does it fucking matter? He grabbed his dong. Like, my parents didn't get me in trouble. They didn't punish me, but the school did.
They're ops for that.
They are ops. They're the opposition, dude. I lived my entire elementary years knowing that the bigger adults were the opposition. Like, it was them versus me.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't trust any of them. Like, if something happened, there was a good damn deal that I'd probably be in detention afterwards because they're a bunch of assholes. Someone's got to take the punishment, and it was always the big man.
It was always you taking the fall.
Yeah.
I never like picked fights very much like you, but I did have a fair amount of like going to the office. I don't think I had too many lunch detentions though. I did, however, I had an after school detention in middle school.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to do something like really bad to get an after school detention in.
Well,
but
yeah.
What I did wasn't like, here's a story. We had PE class and we were playing volleyball in the gym. We had this giant heavy curtain that went down the middle of the gym. So if the gym is like this way long, it would cut it in half, like vertically. The way we took attendance in PE was that we would get in rows, like lines all the way down the gym. We went to PE class that day and the curtain had already like been dropped. So like it was in my way. I had to like get over there to the other side and I didn't feel like walking across. So another thing about this curtain is that like it's a heavy canvas curtain.
Yeah.
And there's like this metal steel rod
runs all the way under.
Yeah, in the bottom of it. But it's not like overbearingly heavy. It could maybe crush a small child. But we're like
you can take it. You can take it.
We weren't that small. And so the kid like lifted it up and I like crawled my ass under the curtain to get to the other side. And that happened right as the PE teacher came out. And then he was like, hey, what are you guys doing? And we're like, oh, we're just getting to the other side, take attendance. He was like, detention. We're like, what? We're like, wait, what the hell? And he was like, yeah, you guys come over here, and like gave us after school detentions. And we were like, what? Why? And he's like, you went under the curtain. It's like, yeah, but we didn't hurt anything. It's like, but those are the rules. I'm like, well,
Rules are rules.
And I'm like, well, that's a stupid ass rule. He was like, that doesn't matter. I was like, well, can I do anything to not get detention? And he was like, no. I was like, all right, thanks. Then they like called my mom, and then she was kind of mad because she had to like leave work early.
To go get you.
Yeah, to come get me after school. My dad was not even mad about it. I think my mom was kind of mad about it. She was more caught up in like I got a detention rather than the reason.
The reason behind it.
Yeah. And she had to like leave work to come pick me up. But it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault.
Hey man.
I swear.
I only had one detention in middle school too.
Like an after school one?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was for lifting a water fountain. I
Lifting
told you that.
a water fountain.
I told you that story. Once I got to middle school, I was like, all right, I need to not get in trouble as much.
Change your ways.
Yeah, I was like, I need to focus down and like can't slip up because like the ops are after me. Like if I say something wrong, because it got to the point where if I'd say something and like people took offense to it, office lunch detention, like I'd just get in trouble. And I was like, all right, I really gotta be careful. The ops can't know. The ops can't know.
It was like World War II with you. You had to like be undercover and shit.
Double agent. You gotta act real nice. You gotta also be. You curse in the bathroom when no one's there.
Yeah.
And if someone walks in, a teacher walks in, you just go, act like nothing happened.
Yeah.
They won't say anything because they don't really care as much as the elementary guys do.
Yeah.
So anyway, one day though, I was getting a drink from the water fountain, and I was pretty tall in middle school for a middle schooler. The only water fountain available was this one that was like made for a midget, basically. It was really low to the ground.
Really small.
It was really small. So I thought it was funny if I'd be like, oh look, I'm lifting it. Like I didn't lift it that much.
Your Herculean strength.
I didn't lift it that much. I just kind of went like a little bit. It didn't even make a difference. It was just because it was funny. I was in like the 4th class of the day. The VP, the vice principal, comes over and she's like, Luke, does the little head thing. I go, oh fuck, what I do? I was like, been good today. I haven't done anything. I haven't even cursed today. Like they couldn't get me for anything. What are they gonna plan on me? So I walk out there and they're like, you know what you did? And I was like, no. And they're like, come to my office. And I was like, what the fuck happened, bro? Like I'm being whipped around. Like, first they walked me over to the water fountain area and they say, what'd you do here? I go like, I got a drink earlier. They go, well, what'd you do to the water fountain? I go,
you got a drink.
Yeah. They go, well, what'd you do to the water fountain? I go, well, I mean, I kind of lifted it, but like, why? And they go, well, you broke a water valve or something. It's like, it's been leaking all day. And like the plumber, the janitors had to fix it. And I was like, what? And they thought I did it and then it started leaking and I just left it and didn't tell anyone. When I left, nothing was wrong. So then they're like trying to pin me for like, what is that?
Deformation?
Vandalism. Like I broke something, didn't tell them, and then like wandered off. I was like, no, I didn't even know. Like that's what happened. They're like, come to my office. You're gonna have to write down what happened word for word on paper. And so I had to literally.
What's that gonna do though?
I know. I was like, I don't know. They're gonna like check the fucking sources because apparently people sold me out. That's why they know I did it.
Oh, fucking snitches!
They were just fucking asking people, like, all right, who's at the water fountain at 9:32 in the morning? Like, Luke was. It's him. It's him.
All the fingers pointed to you.
Yeah, and it was. Maybe they wrote down what happened too, and they were like cross-examining everyone's reports. So I just wrote down like, yeah, I kind of lived in the water fountain a bit, and like. That's it. I didn't know it was leaking. And so she comes in, she takes my paper and she just like reads it real hard and it's like, okay. And she goes, I'm gonna go with the fact that you didn't know that it was leaky. I go, yes.
Yeah, because that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. They're like, all right then. And then she walks off and then comes back a little bit later and is just like, I'm going to give you a detention for this or something. And like, you're going to have to think about what you did. I was like,
thinking real hard.
I was like, sounds good. I'm like, I guess I'm going to go to detention. And there was like me and one other kid that day. I was just sitting in there. I was like, man, this is ass. That's the one time I got a detention for accidentally breaking a water fountain. That's
yeah. I feel like most teachers in detention are like kind of nice, to be honest.
they don't care.
Yeah, because they have detention duty and they just don't give a fuck.
Hey, they're as fucked as you in that scenario. They have to be
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They didn't do anything. They're there.
They're hoping no one gets a detention that day.
Yeah, because then they don't even have to show up. How'd you feel about the card system or the clip system that was always used?
I felt like for me, at least, it like kept me in check. Depending on what the bottom color was, like red or blue or whatever it was, like they would like call your parents if you got down to the lowest color. Like I only saw like one kid go down to blue.
Damn, only one?
Yeah. You started on green or whatever.
Yeah, green.
Then you went to yellow,
red,
then blue.
Yeah.
And
that's usually how it went. Or it'd be blue then red. Kind of they just switch it.
I do have kind of a comical story about that.
What?
So in second grade, it was towards the end of the school day. The teacher gave us homework to do and like time to do it at the end of class. I was doing my homework and I was like really rushing to get it done because I wanted to get home with no homework and play video games. Rushing to get it done, and I got it done with like a minute left of school, so I was hyped.
Yeah.
And so someone else like they like turned in their paper and turned around. I ran up to them and I run up into their face and I go, yeah, and I just fucking scream in their
oh my god.
like they turn around and I run up into their face and go, yeah!
Oh my god.
And they were like, who the hell is this weirdo? And the teacher saw me and I turned in my paper hyped as fuck, and then she was like, oh, Logan, like kind of pissed that I did that. And like as a kid I didn't know any better, but oh my god, that was like, I remember being so hyped about that. And then she was like, oh, tomorrow you're gonna start the day off yellow.
No.
And I was like, no. So then that kind of ruined the vibe. I was really sad after that.
Teachers abuse that system.
I know.
I'll tell you, I don't know how you haven't seen blues before. I had like a dozen blues.
A dozen?
Just in like first grade alone. First grade was a hard time, man. I was living like a criminal. They treated me like a criminal too. That's the thing I don't like about the card system. Like after you get one blue, there ain't no going back. It's like after you get your first kill in life, there's no going back. So at that point, I was like hardened. I'd been to the principal's office so many times. I'm like
through the moral
dilemma.
Yeah.
Oh, I was far past. That's why the system fucking sucks. Like the people that do get cards just stop fucking caring. And they just like, it just puts them on a different like hierarchy than the people that always have greens. And the green kids always rub it in your face and you just want to beat their ass. I don't remember if I have or not, but I might have said a few things to the greeners because
those dirty greeners,
call them brown nosers and stuff. Like because they're assholes, dude. When you have a blue, they'll start teasing you after you've already been in the fucking office, got detention, your parents are called, like you've already are fucked. And then like all of that's on display for every other kid to tease you about. And it's
just salt in the wound.
Yeah, I know. It's like they want to like put you on the hanging post. That's the equivalent. It's like humiliate the fuck out of him while he dies inside. Like So I had reds. I had so many yellows, blues.
Yellow every day.
It was to that point. My teacher at the time in first grade had the trigger finger with that shit. She'd be whipping out reds to me left and right. And my Mohawk friend, we get reds for the most lame shit. Like I got a red once because I went to go get a drink on the water fountain that's right outside the goddamn room. But I didn't ask for permission. So I got a red. I had to go in front of the whole class. Like, we're doing our like work or whatever. I'm like, I need a drink. So teacher's over doing her own thing with some kids because it's like that whole
You're
system.
thirsty, man. You need
I'm
something.
thirsty. I'm not gonna go walk up to her. She's busy.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't worry, I got this. I'm just gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back. And so I get a drink and I walk in and the whole class is silent. And I was like, what happened? And she's standing there looking straight at me with like daggers. And I was like, oh fuck. And she goes,
man.
Where were you? And I go, just getting a drink. And she goes, did you ask to get a drink? And I go, but I want a drink. And she goes, are you talking back to me? I go, no, I wanted a drink. I went and got a drink. And she goes, go put your card on red. I go, what? And then the whole class goes like, ooh. And I was like, what the fuck up? I was like, what the fuck? And I walk over there, move it down. I'm just like, and like all the kids are looking at me, and you feel like you're you
have the shakes too. You're like moving it.
You're like furious. You got that pin up kid rage, and you're like, you could go primal and like rip your shirt off, be on top of the desk, like that. I wanted to do that, and I was just so pissed. That's probably why I did fights out in the fucking playground to blow off steam. I'm so pissed. Like, god damn, I got a blue today, fuckers, and it's just awful. Yeah, you just get so much teased about it. It's just annoying, and so. Yeah, after that one, I was traumatized and I was hardened and I didn't fucking care anymore. So any other time I went up there to change my tag and people were looking at me, I didn't have the shakes anymore. I was just like, this is it. This is what it is, man. And I'm like, I'm just living this criminal life, basically, because that's what they paint you to be after. Because there was this thing, like, if you don't get greens this week, you get a toy or a prize in the little chest box.
If you don't get greens?
Yeah. They're rewarding good behavior, but it's not like a silent thing. Like, oh, here's
or
like
you don't get reds
if you keep greens the entire week.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you get a toy or something. Like, you just go get something from the chest. I only got one thing from the chest. Like that. You're there for 30 weeks in class, but I only got one thing.
Ooh,
yeah, because she's a dick about shit, and like it pisses you off once you get one thing that week. Because like then you're screwed. Yeah. Then you're just screwed. Like you're like, well, I'm not getting a toy this week, so.
Might as well fuck up the rest of the week.
And that was I was like, well, I'm not holding back this week, I guess. And so
like on a Monday you get a yellow, you're like, fuck.
That's usually what happened. And I just don't know. I just stopped caring. And it's not like the toy getting is a silent thing. It's like she calls your name and you go get it.
So you don't get your name called.
When it's Friday and everyone's got a toy before class ends and you're sitting here on your desk like this with no toy and everyone's looking at you knowing that you fucked up this week once more, you just feel like such a little bitch. And like I was just sad and I was like, I'm fucking done.
It's a villain origin story.
It's a villain arc, man. And I was living it. So that's why I don't like cards. I just thought it was a flawed system and it just made people with bad behavior just not care and just do more bad things because that's what they're told they are.
It almost promotes like more bullying in school because whenever you get your card like down, then all the kids
everyone sees it. Yeah, like it ostracizes you from everyone else. They fucking tease you. Ooh, you got a red card. I go, oh, I'm gonna fucking punch your face in.
There's no purple, bitch. There's nothing holding back this.
There's no purple except for on your face. So yeah, not a fan of the card system. As a kid, you can't get detention. But the good one they get you with is not just one lunch detention. They'll give you weeks of it. You're not going to recess this week, buddy. And you're a kindergartner. You feel like you're in there for 4 hours. And it's only been 20 minutes. And you're just like...
serving in the clink.
Yeah. You're like going through... what's that one they put you in a box by yourself?
Oh, the... Oh, fuck. I know what you're talking about. It's like... If you mess up in prison.
Yeah, it's like the silent room.
Yeah. Oh, what's it called?
Something penitentiary.
It's keep going. I'll look it up.
Damn, man. Okay. Well, what were your high school dances like?
Oh man, they were awful.
You ever go with anyone?
No,
really?
I was not that popular.
That doesn't mean you can't go with someone.
Like I like elementary school and middle school and for a little bit of high school, I didn't have a lot of close friends. Like, I got along with everyone.
Yeah.
Like, most people liked me. But I was also very quiet in school. Like, it took me a long time to kind of open up to people and stuff like that. So, like, going and asking, like, a girl in middle school to go to a school dance
I didn't
or
do
whatever.
those.
Yeah, that was a no-go.
Yeah. Not in high school either, though.
I think I got asked by one.
Oh,
person.
prom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but that was senior year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny.
That was like all the way up
That was
until
at the
then.
end.
Yeah.
This
But yeah.
this guy got asked by a girl while he liked a different girl.
Oh yeah.
And do you want to tell him how you got asked?
Oh, it was just like I looking back, I don't know how to feel about this, but we're like hanging out with a bunch of people. They like wrote on like a pizza box or whatever that we got for like oh, prom question mark or whatever. And like that's fine. Like I didn't mind going with them. It was just like better off as being friends type of thing. So
I don't know. You're too nice to say no. So
yeah.
I knew once you got asked that you were going.
Yeah, I didn't want to make anybody feel bad.
Yeah. I got lucky after a while.
Yeah.
Because then by sophomore year I met my girlfriend, Skylar, and we've been together since. So most of the dances didn't have to worry about like finding a date.
You're fine.
The freshman year though, I did. I went with someone that was on the cross team with me. Did you find the name of the thing?
I'm trying to find it, man.
And I was a freshman, so she was a junior, and there was a little bit of an age gap. She was turning 17, I was 15, so only 2 years. That's not that bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. No.
To me, doesn't think of anything. I hung out with all of the juniors my freshman year on the team because I don't know, we just got along well. We went on like a date, I guess, or two. Like we watched movies together at each other's houses and stuff, and I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, this is fun, or this is cool. And so after the dance, like immediately after we watched a movie and she went home for the night, she stopped texting me, even though we saw each other the next day because we were going on a cross country trip for a meet. And she stopped texting me and like basically just ghosted the fuck out of me for the rest of the time. And
that sucks.
I was like, what happened? Like there was no signs whatsoever. Probably like a week later, I was like down in the dumps, man.
Yeah.
Super down. I take rejection hard, so I'm a bit too much of a hopeless romantic. So I was all sad, and then my friends like found out from. It's a long story. Basically, there's a pair of twins on the team. One's a girl, one's a boy. So the girl told the other twin, like what the other girl said that I was like going to the dance with originally. Yeah. I found out is because I was too young. And I was like, what? I was young. Like, what the fuck? I go, I'm just 2 years apart. What are you talking about? And I was so pissed about that. She was running with us one day and I told her to fuck off. Because she said some like out of pocket thing to me. She was being mean to me. I just go, fuck off, asshole. I was like, stop running. Stop running with us. And so I felt kind of bad about that, but whatever. You know, I learned then not to trust women. Then I met a different girl, and then she was really nice. Yeah. But before that, I had never like actually found a girl that didn't ghost me because it always ended with them. They'd like be really nice, and then like they just stop talking to me, or they just lead me on like forever. I had in middle school the entire time I was led on by 2 different girls. And like one of them was like a year and a half long of like flirty text and stuff. And then like you go and meet each other at the pool and stuff and hang out. Yeah. But that one went into freshman year. And then I saw that she had a boyfriend all of a sudden. I was just like, what the hell? It was on my birthday too. And you know that depressed, withered guy that looks like a husk of a man. Yeah, that was me that day. I was like, And I just fucking didn't do anything the next day. I was like depressed. It was horrible. And then both the girls in high school started trying to text me again. I was like, no, sir, stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
too bad.
I don't want to
Get
talk
out of
to you.
there.
Do you remember like dancing? Like you had to dance at PE?
Yeah, in mostly like middle school.
Yeah. How was that experience? Was it awkward? Did you like it? Like you get to dance with someone you like or no?
No, I was never that lucky.
Yeah. I feel like that's every time.
Yeah. Like it was usually someone that I was just like, yeah, they're chill. We can get through this and then go our separate ways.
My crush in 8th grade was in my PE class.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I hope the
come on,
let
baby.
the gods be
Let's
on my
go.
side. And so I was like anticipating. I was like, please. And so I'll change the other girl's name. Her name started with an A. I'll use Andrea instead.
Okay.
I get paired with her, and I don't like her. I've never liked her.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, because she was gross.
Not into it.
Gross, stinky, and disgusting. So I had to dance with her, and I was like, I did not want to touch her. And she was like profusely sweating for some reason.
Oh.
And it was like freaking me out. I was like, this is weird as fuck. And I see my crush over there dancing with some fucking like popular kid or whatever, and I was like
having a good time.
I was like, God damn it, why is everyone always much more lucky than me? And so she like touches my shoulder, you know, to dance and stuff. Yeah. Fucking like handprint of sweat, man. I swear to God. I was like she had her sweatshirt.
I need a new shirt.
She had her sweatshirt over her sleeves so that like I didn't get all sweaty, like wet from her fucking sweat.
Oh, what the hell?
I was not having it, but I had to do it, and it was awful. And that was the one year that they said your partner that you get now is for the next 3 days your partner. And I wanted to die. I wanted to die inside because I thought, okay, maybe I'll get lucky tomorrow. No. I don't remember 6th grade though.
Oh.
I wish I did.
Too far back.
I was fat too. No one wanted to dance with the fat kids. So if you're a fat kid out there,
heart goes out to you.
Heart goes out to you. We were both really chubby.
We used to be chubsters.
I weighed 180 in 6th grade, and I lost 50 pounds the following year because I was like, you know what? I'm fed up with this shit. And so, hey, it's possible.
Yeah.
Do you believe in it?
Mine lasted a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Mine went into like high school, and then I was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
But, like that's whenever I got like my big confidence boost.
Yeah, that's I feel that.
I wasn't like chubby anymore. And like it's weird. People will
treat you differently.
Yeah. And like they'll say something to like, oh, you look really good or whatever, or something like that.
Girls started giving me their number in 7th grade because I was skinny now.
Yeah.
And like I didn't know how to feel about it because I was like, they don't really like me for me then. Like it makes you like a little more self-conscious, but you feel better about yourself. So you're kind of, it's like a little bit better of both worlds almost. But
we want to do the challenge.
Let's do that. We could keep doing this all day. We could do college experience.exe too, or high school, just education too. Like there's so many stories because that's literally been our life up to this point. There's just so many stories in it. All right, on to the challenge.
We'll see you over there in less than a second.
Less than a second, right? 3, 2, 1. All right, so today's challenge will be mixing lemon and lime extract together into these shot glasses. We're gonna see who can down the most of these before having water or milk or anything else. And whoever wins gets to roll their faithful dice that is not centered at all and get the first points of this season. You want to start out small? You want to start out small? Ooh! Oh, shit! No. Wait. No. Woo! That sticks around for too long. Round 2?
Round 2, baby.
Round 2.
Oh yeah. I'm not folding. No way, man.
Oh, fuck.
You ready?
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I started gagging. I wasn't about to put that down. Well, congratulations. You won the first challenge.
Yes, sir. All right. God damn it. Fucking won.
You now have 1 out of 200 points.
Yeah.
The jar will speak. What is the next challenge that awaits us?
I know. What shall she say?
Who can stay in the ice bath the longest?
Oh,
Next week it looks like we'll have to prepare the bath.
thank you guys for sticking with us till the end.
Yeah, thanks for watching this episode of Calculated Risk. We have a special guest, actually, now that I think of it. There will be a special guest next time.
Oh,
He's currently in this room.
He's been stalking us from afar.
Yeah.
Not in a creepy way though.
And now you guys will meet him. See you next
All
time.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you
Bye.
guys. See you later.